Hello grade 12s. I'm looking at doing a past paper here to practice a paper 2. It is the Loci Mechanism, and this is an example from the 2014 IED final paper 2. First thing that we want to do is read the instructions and just make some sense of what's going on here. Traditionally, the IED question paper for the mechanism was very simple, where they had the idea that there was the circle, and remember that's the whole point of the Loci topic, or the category, is that what happens as something rotates in a circle. So as this is rotating, the idea is that we're going to put in our pizza slices, our segments, our divisions. On the other side here, it's giving you a clue as to what's happening here. At this point, this is rotating and backwards and forwards in a semicircular manner. So what's going to happen is that this rod ABP is attached, and it's attached at point B. At C to B, we're going to draw a semicircle. Around AO, we're going to have our circle, and we're going to put in our pizza slices. Now, our mark allocation for this is a bit more than it is now. The mark allocation currently is 15 marks, so this is a little bit more. However, the setup here was an extra 5 marks, which is probably where the mark difference is currently. If they've given us 20 marks, let's assume that we've got a maximum of 20 minutes to finish that. I would be aiming to try and finish this in 15 minutes though. So my start time is going to be 3:55. I want to make sure that I am finished. I'm going to put in 15 minutes, so I want to be finished by 4:10. Please work towards those guidelines and try and make sure when you're practicing your mechanism that you can finish your mechanism in 15 minutes. So here I've got my general setup. I've drawn my semicircle using that radius of BC. I've put in my divisions. I just want to label them. So this is 0. I've put in my direction here. It said it was clockwise, and I'm going to then just label Now I then want to take this distance of this rod AB and then come and position it off at each point. And what I want to do is measure the distance of how far AP extends past there. So that's sticking past the distance of 30. Here is my distance of AB. I'm at 0 and I've got point P0. Our next step is to go to point 1. So if this rod moved to point 1, where would it hit this arc? Over there. There is B1. I can then line up point B1 with point A1, and I need to extend it a distance of 30. And that gives me now point P1. I repeat the process, so I'm going to put my compass at point 2. Where does it hit this arc? There is B2. Line up B2 with A2, and I need to extend that 30. Giving me point P2. I go to point P3, sorry, A3, mark off my distance. There is B3, line up B3 with A3, and then extend it that distance of 30, giving me point P3. Next, there is point 4, mark it off, giving me point B4, line up point B4 with A4 and extend it 30. Now what I'm also doing now is saving a bit of time by only extending that little bit and not this whole line. All these little small things you can do to save a little bit of time and focus on getting marks. Here is B5, line up B5 with A5, and extend that line 30, and it gives me point P5. Go to A6, mark off B6, at B line up point 6 and extend it 30, and there is P6. Point 7, draw my arc, giving me B7, go from B7, line up A7 and extend your line, mark it off, there is A7. Here is A8, mark that off, pretty much the same as A7, sorry, B7. B7, line it up with A8. I'll just say the wrong number, so it's 8 lining up to point 8, giving me P8. Point 9. Here is B9, line up B9 with A9 and extend it 30. Looks like it's falling exactly on that point. Next point 10, line up 10 with 10, extend it, there is point 10. Our last point 11, line up point 11 with A11 and we're extending that 30, and that gives me P11. So here I have my points. There's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and closes up there. Let's join all those points up. Now if you've got a circle stencil or a French curve, that would be the best options. If you don't, try and draw a neat curved line joining all of those points up. So here is 0, And there is my completed locus, my completed locus for P, and I'm finished at 403. And that's giving me 7 minutes that I can use towards completing another drawing.